Alright, so for this episode, as you can tell, we have shaders on, and by the title, you can guess what we're doing today. We are doing a world tour of my 6-month-old world that just recently started on my YouTube channel here. So, yeah, about 6 months ago, give or take a couple weeks for like other videos and stuff like that. Usually I post one video a week. And this is episode 26, so technically this is 6 months, because 26 weeks is half a year. But with the other videos of me post my own concrete machine, my iron farm, and all that other stuff, that does add a little bit more time to it. But working on those, I haven't really been playing on the server, and the server is just only on when I am currently on. So you can see we're only on day 4,200. I don't leave it on overnight unless I'm AFK in a farm or something like that, so yeah, just get better performance on a server for some reason than a single player world. So yeah, there was Alex on here a little bit in the middle of the world, but currently he is away as of right now, so usually it's just me on the world. But yeah, so we do a world tour and see what we've done in 6 months. So yeah, 26 episodes, or 25 episodes before this, you can see what we've done so far, and some other things that we plan to do in the future as well. So yeah, let's get right on to it, and we're going to start by our spawn right here. So this is our iron farm. You can find the design on my channel. It's called the Quad Iron Cell is what I named it. So it is an adaptation of Nembaum's original design. So it's a very simple farm. Just have one zombie per layer of the farm, and he goes around in a minecart scaring 4 different packs of villagers. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. So yeah, you go around, spawn an iron golems, they get flushed to the edge over here, and they fall down, and then get pushed into a lava blade on each side. And yeah, it's a fully stackable design, and they can also you can connect them between other towers as well. So if I wanted to build another tower right here, I can just connect the same drop chute right here, and then I can have multiple into one kiln chamber, which is quite cool. So yeah, if you want to see video on this, I do have a showcase on it, and I will be doing a tutorial on it very soon. It's soon to come. So yeah, look out for that if you want to see a tutorial on how to do mine, and also show how to connect them and stack them. Storage will be all up to you. So this is the storage I have for it. It's like a little butterfly house. Very early on in the world, so not too much was put into this. You can see we're built out of stone and everything, and a little bit of wood. That's pretty much it. So yeah, this is a starting area. And on this server, we do have AutoCrafting, which is a carpet mod. So yeah, let's head back here. You can see the collection and everything. So yeah, our items come down through the center spot right here. We then align them with the chests and everything. A little hard to get around here because I've made it so compact, but yeah. So they get aligned by the ender chest, and they would get picked up by these filters, but these ones are filled all the way up. And yeah, so they go around to the other side then, where there's other sorters that aren't completely filled. And then yeah, so we take the poppies out first here. So the first 2 underneath the ender chest are poppy filters. Wow, we're actually pretty backed up. Wow, we almost filled on bone meal. So we almost are. It's crazy. So yeah, we take those, we compost them into bone meal. Then with the auto crafting feature, we craft that bone meal straight into bone blocks right here. Take that right here, put it into bone blocks with this simple auto crafter for just getting 9 slots, and you get a bone block. So then we unpower the hopper here, giving us a bone block, and you can see just how much we've gotten. This has been filled about 3 times in the lifetime of the server so far. So yeah, that's a lot of bones without having to do a mob farm at all. So it works quite well. So over here we do also the same thing for iron blocks. Maybe we can see them coming in. Yep, there we go. So we got iron coming in right now. We got 4. So once we get to 9, there we go. Get an iron block. Then we get an iron block here, which then transfers into here. And then we get it dispensed out right here. And then that would make its way up the water stream here and head into the storage. So currently we have almost we would almost had about 48 double chests, but I did take about 8 to 10 double chests out for a current project. But yeah, this whole side is filled with iron blocks. So that's 32 double chests on this side alone. So you can see just how much iron this thing produces over the lifespan of the world. And yeah, if we head out, we can see the whole thing in its glory. So right here is my center spawn chunk marked inside of this slime block area. I need this for one of the projects that we needed. We'll go over there and check it out a little bit. But yeah, so this is a good first, pretty much our first main big project in the world so far. Alright, so here is just a simple furnace array, super smelter, whatever you want to call it, by El Mingo. So yeah, we use this for like we need to craft or smelt a little bit of glass or stone or cobblestone into stone. That's just temporary for now. We're going to have a bigger one later down the line when I finish our main base. Yeah, so we have our starter house right here. Still the house I'm living in currently, technically, but usually I'm just living in shulker boxes, stuff like that. So yeah, this is the first house we did. You can see we have the vanilla tweaks, more mob heads, as well as player heads. But yeah, this has been the main area of operations for quite a while. Simple sorting, just by like biomes and dimensions, stuff like that. So we got wood here, cobble, andesite and stuff like that, gravel, a little bit of glass and dye, main farming materials, grass and dirt, concrete storage right here, nether, anything related to the nether there, and then we have a bunch of books from the villagers in case we need to do more pickaxes and stuff like that. And then we just have various shulker boxes for piston crafting right now. Yeah, so we have a whole shulker box right here of stuff we can do if we ever need it. And yeah, this isn't like the most organized, but it's, you know, somewhat organized. So here you can see our valuables chest. We have currently 30 blocks of netherite. Not like trying to get any thing. Like we were just making perimeters and stuff like that and getting that as a side product almost. But yeah, good amount there. Lapis is not the thing. Almost over 2 stacks of blocks, of diamond blocks. And yeah, some other things as well here. Well, not too much crazy over the top. But yeah, so this has been our main area for a lot of things. This was a temporary chicken farm just to get a bunch of eggs. To get some quick wither roses. Instead of doing like a whole wither rose farm, because they are a little bit less reliable now. But yeah. Simple cactus tower if you need green dye. This was our enchantment area in the beginning, but as you can see, it has been a little bit destroyed. But yeah. So over here, this is our first like day 1 or so projects, like after mining we came over here. We have a villager breeder here. And they get transported over here, where we currently just have them almost anti-decrim in here, because we have so many of them. I should turn the farm off, so we don't really need any villagers at this point in time. Let's try to do that. What's the best way to get down there? So we're just going to block that off, so we don't get any more villagers. So they can't pathfind to the beds, we won't get any more villagers. But yeah, a little temporary brewing station over there as well. And then over here we have our villager traders. So yeah, these are good for getting a bunch of pickaxes and armor, as well as mending, stuff like that. So yeah, we have them drop down. There is a zombie back here. Yeah, we have a zombie back here that when we can cure them and then drop their prices. So pretty much all of them are almost 1 emerald for everything. But yeah, we have emeralds up the wazoo for one farm that we can show later. And then yeah, we had a temporary station over here to turn them into zombies, and then send them off for the mob switch that we can go check out a little bit. But yeah, this is our main starting area. Nothing too crazy here. And then currently over here, this is on more temporary things. This was our simple cobblestone farm, but it hasn't been enough recently. A couple of rail dupers there, but yeah. We had a bunch of cobblestone here for a current project that we were working on. Wasn't enough, so we made 2 more of them up here, which is quite cool. We're gonna go to sleep real quick. But yeah. The reason why we need this cobblestone, currently is for pistons, because for the project right now that I'm working on, we need about 250,000 pistons. Yes, 250,000 pistons for a project. So that is about 1,000,000 cobblestone. So these two together will produce about 250,000 an hour. So we only run it for like 4 hours and we'll have enough cobblestone. But yeah, this is what the storage is right here. You can see it's quite filled, almost to the edge, about to like right there, that packed ice right there. It's all filled just with cobblestone, just for pistons. But yeah, simple little bit of farm area from when we first started with the villager trading in the very beginning. It's one of the easiest ones to do besides sticks to get emeralds pretty quickly in early game. But yeah. So then we have our mining area a little bit ways over here. There should be a random hole in the ground here. Yep, right here. Head down here. This was going to be a project for villagers, but I currently have put it on hold for a while. But yeah, you can see we were doing a lot of haste 2 mining down here just to get some redstone in the early days. That's what the main issue was, or the main thing that was slowing me down was redstone. Did get a bunch of diamonds down here, but it wasn't my main focus. Mainly just wanted the redstone. You can see we took the beacons from here to move them somewhere else because weren't doing this project currently at this current point in time. But yeah, let's head over to the map switch, which is where this white concrete rail line is. Our frames are going to get very low, so apologies if it's just a slideshow, but there is 150 mobs here. So it's not going to be good with shaders. But yeah, trying to swing with best here as easy as I can. So why I marked out that center chunk right there is that is our center spawn chunk, and out to the 11 chunks here, we are loaded 24/7 in the world. So that's in all directions. So 11 chunks from your center chunk, in Java at least, is always loaded. So that can be useful for a mob switch here. So what a mob switch basically is, we can control when we want mobs to spawn or not to spawn in our world. So currently in the green glass side, they are loaded. As you can see, if we look down, they are inside of the blue slime chunk that we marked out. So yeah, that's our last chunk right here. This is our lazy chunk. If you don't know what that is, it's a little hard to explain, but currently everything that's inside this 11 or this 22 by 22 area around your spawn chunk is currently loaded, as long as you're in the overworld in a single player world. But if you're on a server, it's constantly loaded 24/7. But yeah, so we have these guys on the green side if we don't want mobs to spawn. These guys, you can see that 150 up there. So pretty much right here, this is 150 out of 70. That is our mob cap. That is your hostile mobs. So if you have more than 70 mobs in your world, no more mobs will spawn. That is how the game is coded. So yeah, we counteract this by loading that mob cap constantly. So we have 150. If you're in a single player world, you only need 75 about to guarantee that you won't have any mobs spawning. So we're in a multiplayer world on the server, so I have double that, so if I have someone else in the world, it also will still work. And it scales like that. So yeah, if we push them to the red side, they will no longer be loaded. And if I go somewhere else in the world, not around these guys, they will not count to the mob cap because they will not be in the spawn chunks. Thus, we can get mobs to spawn. So like if we wanted to, run a farm or something like that that needed hostile mobs to spawn, we would come over here, turn this off, and then head back to our farm area so that we can get the mobs to spawn. But yeah, this will eventually get converted to a wither skeleton base, or this will eventually get converted into a wither boss mob switch. But yeah, for now, this is a feature with the zombie villagers that since we traded with them before, we zombified them. They count towards the mob cap still, and they will no longer despawn. That is just, people consider it a bug, but we're going to use it for now. It's pretty easy to get a mob cap or a mob switch at that point in time, because what it used to do was shulkers. Shulkers are a bit hard to get, especially 150 of them to the overworld. Not the easiest task, but yeah, the zombie village makes it a little bit easier. And where a majority of our villagers from the villager breeder went. Well, yeah, we can head to the next area, and we're going to go to the Nether Hub. So this is the most recent addition, a little bit based off the, if you go off episodes and stuff like that. So it's like the most recent big project that we've been doing. that's actually finished to some extent. So yeah, we have two wings here. We have the south side and the north side. So the south side, we also have a mob switch over here. But yeah, this isn't currently done. Well, technically the build itself is done, just not the piston bolts to various locations are not done yet. But yeah, we're going over here first to the other mob switch in the nether, because you do need one switch for the engine. So yeah, here we have the same 150 zombie villagers a little bit of ways away over here. So yeah, this is the same thing, just in the nether. We can't have water, so I had to design my own here. So yeah, we have the same concept, 25 villagers in each cell, zombie villagers in each cell. And yeah, so we pretty much just swap them between the green and red. And then, because there is no spawn chunks in the nether, we have to chunk load it with the portals here. Which is a very simple thing. You just shoot an item through the portal. And then on the same side, of the Overworld side, we have a, what's it called? A hopper that will transport it into a dropper vader, pushing it back, and then we shoot it back through the portal. And then just recycle the same item over and over again. So we don't have to rely on minecarts, because they can be, I have seen in my personal experience, the minecarts do not be 100% reliable. This item, pretty close to 100% reliable. I've only had ever one issue, and over the 4,000 days we probably had this built. So yeah. And then the redstone we have over here looks complicated, but I can assure you it's not that complicated. So what we have here is just a simple T flip-flop with the hopper clock. So if we want to turn the machine off, we power this line here, which buds this sticky piston right here, starting a 45 item hopper clock. This gives it enough time, if we don't want to turn it on, to have the dispenser shoot the item through, and enough time for the item to come back to guarantee that the chunks will stay loaded. So you have to wait for the light to turn on constantly for the switch to be on, or turn off constantly for the switch to be off. So yeah, the on lamp is on, and then the off switch is off. But yeah, it's not spammable, so I wouldn't recommend spamming the button. That's just to remind me or Alex, if we ever come on over here, to not spam the button, or else the machine will break. But yeah, this is our Nether Hub. Pretty cool design. Got some inspiration off of Imgur, so not all my design, but most of it, the layout and everything is. So yeah, we have two sides here just to guarantee we have 40 piston bolt locations we can go to with this, which is quite good. So yeah, currently we don't have too many filled out, but good amount. Our banners aren't working in shaders right now, so we will probably turn them off if you see the banners in a little bit. But yeah, so we're going to start over on the south side, or the north side over here, to our first main big project that we did, which is our 7-chunk slime farm. So the piston bolt works as we get in the minecart, and it pushes us along about 20 blocks a second. Yes, I know ice roads are faster, as well as the elytra, but the main reason why I built these is to get their hands free. I can hop in the minecart, hit the button, and I can just continue on without any player input. No keyboard, no mouse, nothing. If you want to use a boat, you have to hold down the W and with your mouse to go back and forth and try not to fall off. But this is just pretty much hop in, press the button, and I can just do whatever I want after then. The machine will take me to my destination. So yeah, when we get to the end, we get on the powered rail, activate a rail to push us off the minecart, and we recycle that minecart back to the top one to go back. But yeah, let's head back to the first slime farm in this world. Alright, so through the portal, we have some decoration here. The slime heads with a little bit of a slime gradient. When I used to have my slimes as regular green, but yeah, since now they are blue. But yeah, so we hit pretty much just right here. Just have a simple adaptation of Ilmango's slime chunk here. So I adapted his 2x2 chunk slime farm to basically guarantee that I only had to clear out the 16x16 area for the slime chunks. So I didn't need to clear the whole edges, which I could have done, but I didn't. So 7 chunks, there's already 32,000 spawning spaces in here. So it's not really needed to have the extra spawning spaces on the edge. for pack spawning, but yeah. Load up all the way to the center. Actually, I'm going to go turn the mob switch off, and then we can see this thing in action. So you can see by the landscape, there's a bunch of sea lanterns here to stop mobs from spawning at night. Don't worry, that's not me falling, it's just a visual glitch with the shaders. But yeah, you can see this thing in action. So yeah, you can see the slime spawn, they get attracted to the golems in the center. They then fall and then go into the magma blocks, where they start to die. And then their drops are then here. You can see it's not like the best design. It's fast, but it's not the best. We have done better. But yeah, this is a big project for like the start of the world. 7 chunks with all these slabs is not a small amount. But yeah, we have these minecarts that'll go and collect these slime blocks for us. So then our slime balls that get collected will go up here into the AutoCrafting tables, which we have. And we get slime blocks as an output instead of just slime balls. So the AutoCrafting is a mod, yes, but it is very, very useful for stuff like this. You can see just how quick we're getting slime blocks. It's crazy. So yeah. The minecarts collect the items underneath the magma blocks and slabs and everything like that. They bounce off the edge over here, make their way back, and then they get unloaded and up these water streams here. And then our slime blocks that get crafted from the machine here go over here and into the storage, where we have a block storage instead of slime block storage, so we can hold quite a bit of slime blocks instead of just slime balls here. But yeah, all in all, huge project. Not only with lighting up the caves, but also digging out the 7 chunks at the very beginning was quite difficult. Quite a grind, a little bit, for just, you know, for a new world, you know, mining 7 chunks is not, you know, the first thing you would want to do. But it's something I wanted to do in this world, because I found 7 chunks in a straight line, which I think is quite cool to have, you know? I've never seen more than like 5 in a line before, and I came across this, and I was like, well, we're going to make use of this, since that is a cool thing to have. But yeah, head back down. We can turn it off and head to the next location. Oh yeah, before I forget, we have our one other portal over here. I completely forgot because I don't have a piston bolt or anything connected up to it, just a portal. You can go check out our main base. It is still being under construction, but it will be our future area where we live in the future. So yes, we are going to be our main base. It is heavily inspired by Vesco, but we have a different layout, and we're going to have a castle on top as well. So yeah, the pillars are by Vesco. They look really actually cool with shaders on. We have the main dark prismarine outline on the other side here. We just need to get the prismarine inside as in the sea lanterns. And then we have to still do the diagonal ones here, but that's a little bit ways away because we need all the dark prismarine as well as the regular prismarine. We have all the sea lanterns required, but it's just the dark prismarine and the bricks that are taking the longest to get, because it is about like 60 shulkers just for the bottom of each material besides the sea lanterns. So it is a lot of work, but something that hasn't been worked on in a little bit, which we should get to at some point. But I'm having so much fun with farms right now that I've pretty much just neglected this area for a while, but seeing it in shaders is going to make me want to do it more now. So yeah, hopefully do it some other time. But yeah, on to the next area. And then we go to this farm over here. This is a very simple farm. Want to expand it in the future and make a new design. But yeah, the thing isn't working right here, but it's a little like a bit of an ice snowflake in the center of the banner. But yeah, head to this location over here. This is a very simple ice farm just for getting not too much work besides just a 100 by 100 platform here. So yeah, it's a big platform in a snowy tundra here. And yeah, the water will freeze, and then we can get ice that way. Very manual effort, but it does work. It is a good amount of ice for what is needed for right now, but definitely in the future we will be doing a bigger scale automatic one where we bring the ice to the player instead of the player going to the ice. Will be a lot of work, but I think it'll be worth it. So yeah, simple thing. Currently I've mined over 100,000 ice in this world, So 100,000 ice for some projects that we'll go see in a little bit. But yeah, that's all come from right here. So a lot of time just waiting for the ice to form here. But it does work, and we're going to keep it that way. So let's hit the next location. Alright, same thing, back up top. And this is why I usually have a mop switch on. Because this guy should not be in here. Be very careful not to break one of the rails, or else you do the whole rail line again. You can see that they're all curved as well, which can be a pain to do. But yeah, hop in the cart, hit the button, and we're off. Alright, so the next location we're going to head to is our tree farm / industrial area. So yeah, based off the tunnel, you can see we mainly farm the nether trees, as well as there is a universal tree farm here as well we can check out. So when we put the portal, we go through the universal tree farm right here. It's actually going to go to sleep to make it a little bit brighter with the shaders. But yeah, this harvests about 5 different types of trees. We usually can do oak, but I don't usually collect oak for this reason. It makes the machine a little bit slower. One of the slowest slowest things for oak. But yeah, usually we have a bunch of wood here, but currently we are using it to craft pistons. So there's like not too much here, but you can see it's a little bit of spruce. We have jungle as well we can get, as well as acacia, which we have some extra. But yeah, birch, spruce, jungle, acacia, as well as oak can be farmed from the single chamber here. But we mainly don't harvest oak because it makes the farm a lot slower. But yeah, this is a universal tree farm by Fallen Breath. There will be a link in the description to every single farm that you see in this video. So yeah, if you want to check something out, you can definitely go click a link in the description and it'll take you to that video explaining everything that goes on in the world. Or in the farm. Because they can explain that a lot better than I can. But yeah. So we take the output of the logs, we blow them up into slide chambers here. This is pretty much a simple universal tree farm. And then I also added myself a charcoal mode. So flip this light right here on. We redirect the water stream over here to go, instead of going straight to the storage with this water stream up here, we'd have it go to the smelter area over here where they get smelted into charcoal. And then we take that output of the charcoal here to fuel the furnace so it's self-sustainable. And then any extra charcoal we get will end up in our storage over here, which we pretty much have gutted for the super smelter in the really early days. But yeah, simple tree farm here. Well, simple. It's not, the easiest thing to build, but it is quite compact for what it does. And then in the back here, we have some shulker autocrafters. So we just bring just a shulker box of bones over here, and these will craft it into bone meal, which will then just continuously feed the machine with bone meal. And I don't have to craft anything. I just bring the bones over, pop them on top of the hoppers here, and we get bone meal auto-crafted in the output. So yeah, this is almost like a little bit of a recent addition to this area, which is why I started to call it the industrial area. We have a fungus tree farm as well as shroom lights. So first thing over here is we have a fungus farm. Shifting floor based farm by Amigo. So we bone meal the center here. And so actually go turn it on real quick. We should have some bone meal saved up. We do. Let's go turn it on. So this light over here will turn that machine on over there. And you can see over here as well, all the fungus as well as the roots that we're getting from this thing. We take those and store them. For now, we could compost the roots, but just for the easy sake of storage, we just store them for now. And yeah, those go around this water stream here, slowly getting collected and put into chests. But we mainly have just for the fungus, so that we can run this farm over here. So let's go down here, take the storage out. So we have this tunnel connecting both of the designs, the machines. So this one over here will lead to our big storage here for the roots as well as the fungus. We can get crimson fungus as well as warp fungus from this machine. And when we have this machine over here for the tree farm active, we detect the mushroom or the fungus. So yeah, over here we have a dropper that was added by me. This is all me here. The main farm here was by Contender. There'll be a link down there as well. As I said, everything will be either linked down there. I'm not going to say it for every farm, but there will be a link down there for every single farm that you have in my world. So yeah, what we did here is we adapted so that we can get a fungus dispensed to us automatically instead of having to swap between our hotbar slots. This will make it fully AFKable. Besides the bone meal, that's the only thing you have to fill in yourself. So what we do here is we observe with this counter, with this use 2 hoppers here, is we observe when we have a filled, completely filled hopper here. And if we have a completely filled hopper, we turn off the machine over here. And when we have it empty, let's say we'll fall below the 5 stacks here. We will then turn the machine for the fungus to grow automatically, thus redirecting the water stream here. Instead of going to the storage, it comes over here, goes up, and then we collect some of the fungus here with this sorter here, filling this back up so that we can never run out of fungus at all in the farm, which is cool. So yeah, it's a nice feature to have if you want to AFK it for a long time, that you never run out of fungus, which is cool. So yeah, that's what this area is right here. Then we have a simple flying machine based melon bone meal farm. So this thing will go across and harvest all the melons, then collected by hopper minecarts here, put into composters, and then we would get the bone meal output here, and then we would AutoCraft it into bone blocks. But you can see we've gutted this for the tree farm as well as the other tree farm over here. So yeah, down to the storage here. We have storage for the logs. So we have red logs, or the crimson stems there. We have the warp stems here as well. Should actually change the floor out here. Oh. Like that. So do harvest both of them. We have the warp blocks here, as well as the shroom lights, where we have completely emptied, as well as the warped warp blocks there. So yeah, simple storage, a little bit of decoration put into this one, but mainly this is like just a place where I can go to make farms and not worry too much about decoration and all. But yeah, let's head to the next area. So we're going to head to another early on farm area, very close, not too far away. This is our Luden based witch farm. So yeah, this one's not used too much anymore because we have better farms for redstone and stuff like that, any witch drops. But yeah, simple design here. We take the witches from down there, flying machine them off the spawning pad, put them into a water stream where they come up here, and then we have a AFK player here with a Luden 3 sword that would sit right here, swiping away at the witches. And then we would get the Luden effect onto the witches, and then we would sort the drops out. So we have 2 redstone, we took glowstone, sugar, gunpowder, sticks, and bottles. We didn't store the spider eyes or any of the other non-stackable items. We just threw them in the lava. So this was used very early on for redstone. You can see it's completely gutted for redstone. We also gutted the glowstone as well for glowstone blocks. Sugar is pretty much all the way filled. We don't really have much use for sugar at this point in time. Gunpowder was also gutted from this machine for this farm. And the sticks are just up the area here, as well as the bottles. We could use the bottles in the future, so we're not like trashing the thing as of right now. But yeah, simple Luden witch farm. And yeah, let's head to the next location. You can see the spawn right over there. We're very close to spawn with that farm, but it was a very early on project. Ignore the shulker monster here. This is for mainly the piston bolts and constructing as we've been doing. So yeah, let's head to another very early on project, but also was a very long-winded project with all the ice. This is where I made it, well, the ice went, so we can go to the Guardian Farm. It's one of my favorite piston bolts right now. So yeah, the Guardian colors as well, the orange and the prismarine goes really well together. So yeah, this one's a little bit different. We need to take a minecart elevator up as well. And this area is storage for the auto-crafting area. So my base is going to be made out of these prismarine blocks as well as the dark prismarine. So we have auto-crafters here that we can use to craft various different types of blocks. This one over here will craft prismarine bricks very, very quickly. This one here, what can be used for dark prismarine or sea lanterns, whatever one you need to do. That's what this one and this one over here are for. This one here will craft the regular prismarine, so that's cool. So we have storage here for sea lanterns, up the wazoo. We have prismarine bricks here, stored here a lot as well. And then in the middle we have regular prismarine. And the side here we also had dark prismarine, but we currently have this gutted because that's one of the main blocks used for the current mega base. But yeah, let's actually go turn the mob switch off again. Alright, so this farm will work in a single player mode, but we are going to have a bot spawned here so that we can see the farm in action, because you can't really see anything besides the farm here. Let's actually go to sleep real quick, make it a little bit brighter for you so you can see the farm. But yeah, so with the carpet mod I can summon a player and they will keep these chunks loaded while we go do some other things. We're hopping to spectator real quick so you can see the farm a bit better in action. But yeah, this is where all the ice went for the Guardian farm here. So we have an Nembom Guardian farm here. So the Guardians spawn on the soul sand with the bubble columns, then get flushed into portals. So this is where a lot of obsidian went as well. But yeah, so we're going to head to the Nether here and show off the killing area. Let's go back to the center here. And then up top we have our storage. That's what we're standing in right now. Let's go check out the Guardian side. So we're going into spectator here. Be a little bit easier to show it off, but yeah, you can see the massive fountain of Guardians. There's about 200 Guardians here at any given point in time, which makes this farm produce around about 400,000 items an hour. So yeah, it's crazy. You can see just the packs of items that get shot up here. Yeah, that's one pack of items. Then we send those items all the way up here, and then we shoot them back to the overworld. It says we'll work in with a single player world, so you don't need two players, because as of 1.16, mob players going, or as of 1.15, and mobs or entities going through a portal will load a 3x3 chunk area around the portal. So yeah, let's make this how we can do these farms so quickly with a single player, but this will work on servers as well. As long as nobody is in the Nether, this will work on a server. But yeah, let's head back to the overworld. We can see the drops coming in and the storage. All right, so let's head over to the area where the items come through the portal. So we wait here long enough. About every 10 seconds or so, we will see a package of items right here. They then make their way up this water stream and then come up here to our huge sorter area. You see them make their way right here. They then go around the whole machine, or the whole sorting area, and we store only the crystals and shards here. The fish, as you can see, just get burned in lava because we get so many of them that they're not even useful at any point in time. So yeah, in this storage currently, we have 256 double chests of shards and 256 double chests of crystals. So this thing holds a lot of items. So we have 2 wings for each item. Each wing is 128 double chests. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But rightfully so for the amount of items it produces, around 400,000 an hour with one player. So yeah, at one point in time, we basically had the storage completely filled. As of right now, the crystals are about halfly gutted for sea lanterns, as well as the shards are pretty much almost half gutted But we get so many shards that it pretty much filled back up already. So yeah, you can do the math there, how much each item we have, which is a lot. So yeah, we're going to get rid of the player here, since we're going to go head to the next location. And you're probably wondering, well, we can't go back down here because it'll interfere with the minecart elevator. So how do we get down? Well, we have this button right here. We activate a hidden trapdoor here, and we can fall down to the second layer of the piston bolt, and we can head back this way. So next location we're going to head to is the end. And yeah, this one tunnel is also pretty cool. One of the cool ones that I like to do. And at the end we have the dragon egg as well as the dragon head. A little bit of decoration there, and we have end rods on top of the whole piston bolt as well. So we go through here. We'll head to our end portal, which looks a bit different. Well, that's because we have a concrete and gravity block duper here. So yeah, it's mainly used for concrete powder. A little bit of sand, but not too much. But mainly used for concrete powder. We have all the colors that we use stored here, as well as regular sand and gravel. This is a Raceworks duper, but on the end side, this is my own concrete factory. It produces 36,000 concrete an hour. So this thing can also be used in regular, just gravity block mode. So if you don't want to use the concrete machine, we will just hit the lever there to have that lever like that. This will have all the blocks hit this block and fall down onto this repeater, where they will break and then go into item form, which we would then funnel down to this dropper right here, which will then dispense it into the water stream and into the storage down there. But yeah, so this is my design for the concrete machine here. Quite compact. Each wing is not very wide at all, probably about like 6-8 blocks wide going this way. So yeah, pretty compact design. Happy with how this turned out. One of my most viewed things on my channel. So yeah, there will be a link down there as well. So yeah, all 4 sides. Each side, you only do one side. Each side is 9,000 an hour, giving us a total of 36,000 an hour. And yeah, we head down here. So we are storage. So we have 10 double chests for each color that we can store, as well as a bunch in the center for sand and gravel. So yeah, simple storage, nothing too crazy here. But we have run this for a while for every color, and most of it has been gutted for some other projects, but there used to be about 10 double chests of each color of concrete form and powder form. So yeah, head over here first as well. We have our Enderman Farm, which has been used for a little bit of XP. You see it's quite quick for the size of it. And yeah, we would sit down here, get a sword, get some XP. This one requires sleeping edge, or else you would take quite a while to kill all the Endermen here, because they don't take any fall damage. But yeah, so let's head back to the next couple areas. So first thing we're going to do is turn the mob switch back on. See, we just flush them between the red and green side, and since we're on the very border of our spawn chunks, they will be loaded or not loaded. That's the only issue I have with this one right here, is they take some time, because some of them try to jump up and down, which can take a little bit for them to actually get settled into their chambers, but it works nonetheless. We're going to head back to the Nether Hub, and we can check some of the bigger and more crazy projects out. So we're going to go in order based off of the order they were built in. So here we're going to go to our mob farm. This was a pretty big project for how early on we did it, with how many pistons and observers there is. There was probably about 3 shulkers of pistons and observers in this own farm itself, which is quite crazy. So yeah, let's head into here. We're going to head to a desert, which is where we built our mob switch, or our mob farm. So what we did in a desert is because we get more creepers and skeletons, and we get less zombies. So you can see here we have barely 9 double chests of rotten flesh there, but if you look over here, we have all this whole thing is filled with gunpowder. That's because of the mechanic that we get more skeletons and creepers than we do zombies in the overworld. So yeah, we have the mob switch back on, but mainly what's going on here is we have a shift in floor Emango mob farm here. And yeah, so we shift the floor with the soul sand and regular blocks back and forth, which causes the mobs to fall through, and then we just have them splat on a magma block platform here. We collect with the minecarts on the side here. Those all get unloaded into a water stream here. Then we take those items, shoot them up, and then we take it and then sort them out here. So we have sorters for bones, gunpowder, as well as flesh. I kept the flesh just because you never know if we could need some in the future, but yeah. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know why I sorted it, but it's fine. So, yeah, that's the farm. Pretty crazy farm, but not used too much as of right now. Only used for about bones, I would say. Gunpowder, we have so many sources of gunpowder. We can get it from most of the farms and not even worry about it. But yeah, let's head to the next location. Alright, so I said we really use a lot of redstone. Well, this is where a majority of it comes from. Now this is ridiculous. This is one of the most ridiculous farms I've ever done. This is a CCS stack-in raid farm. This thing produces 430,000 items an hour. And like 200 and some thousand is just emeralds. And we get a lot of redstone from here. So currently it is pretty much gutted for redstone. This is all we have left. So I'm going to actually take this because we will probably need it very, very soon. But yeah. So we have a bunch of witch drops storage as well. A lot of glass bottles. A lot of sticks. Glowstone as well, which we can use soon. A lot of gunpowder. And then emeralds like no other. So yeah. We have a lot here. And we have this hooked up to AutoCrafters as well. So we have AutoCrafters here to keep up the amount of emeralds we have. So we have craftables on both sides, which give us emeralds blocks as output. And then we transfer that into the storage. Same thing over here for redstone. We have those AutoCrafters, and then we put them into redstone blocks and put them into the storage here. But yeah, this thing I will not turn on because it will almost crash your game. But yeah, this was a lot of work. Especially to get the 5 vexes in place that we needed here. Or it was 4, I think. But yeah, you can see it's not, you know, the safest of things right now. It has some changes to it where they can put the claws there on the glass, and they usually not to be able to. But yeah, this thing, definitely will be a link down there. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. The only hard part to get was the vexes trapped in minecarts, which caused me a couple of deaths in this world, for sure. But yeah, for the size of the thing right here, it is pretty ridiculous how much you get out of it. So yeah, let's sleep and we'll see it in the daytime. Okay, this also was done very early on, but it was such a huge scale project that it took a little bit. And so the first raid farm I've ever done, and the amount it produces is kind of crazy, so I will be doing this in future worlds if this is still possible in future versions. But yeah, let's head to the next location. If I start another coordinates in the top left, if you make that out, it's negative 1500, negative 750. Which in the overworld is quite far away. Now why is it so far away? Well, there's 2 reasons. This is a double witch hut, and it's not, you know, the most common of things, but it is still pretty common. It's not too far away. You can see we jump to negative 12,000, negative 6,000. And yeah, this is our double witch hut perimeter. So this was the first project that I actually did with a huge decoration like this in a perimeter. So it's all the chunks right in, and you can see just how crazy this place looks. The floor design as well as the walls were all built by me and Alex. Alex helped a little bit with the floor. I did most of the walls. This thing is crazy and it looks ridiculously cool. little bit of pixel art on the top as well, so the storage, as well as the witch huts themselves have their own pixel art. So yeah, simple shelving floor illuminating design on both of them. Fall down, get collected by hoppers, and then put into a water stream here, and then funneled to the center here, where they get transported up a water elevator, and then into sorters. So we sort the redstone over here, and then we load them in the shulker boxes. We didn't add AutoCraft into this because the only thing we could AutoCraft here is just the redstone blocks and a little bit of glowstone, but it's not worth it, to be honest. Just load it in shulker boxes for now. But yeah, this is our storage. We have apparently rails and iron blocks on the floor. But yeah, we have a map art as well here, so you can see the whole floor and everything in its beauty, which is pretty cool to look at. But yeah, so we have a redstone storage here, but we have this completely gutted as well. We have gunpowder, which we have gutted too. Glowstone here. We have a sugar. It's sort spider eyes in this one because you never know if we need spider eyes. Sticks as well as the glass bottles. But yeah, this place looks good. It's like my first actual area that I took the huge amount of time it did to decorate the area as well as the storage. But yeah, it turned out really cool in the end, and I love how it looks. So yeah, walls were designed by me, as well as the floor was also designed by me. So yeah, pretty happy with how this turned out, and it looks crazy. So we're going to head to the next location, which is pretty close. In the Nether, at least. Alright, so our next location here is our Wither Skeleton Perimeter. And we're going to Soul Sand Valley, as you can tell by the fog. And if we head down here, you can see our farm, as well as our perimeter floors and walls here. This time, the walls were done automatically by an AFK player placing concrete powder that was randomized by a dropper. And you can see on the farm here, we have a lot of guests. And these guys were all captured above the perimeter. And yeah, so they were put into the minecarts there. And yeah, so we used an old design here by the people in the Zip Crowd server about 7 to 8 years ago. About 7 years ago. So they had theirs with only one dimension. So they used theirs to flush the mobs to the center, where they would then condense down to an area where they could run back and forth and swipe the mobs like this with the sword and everything. But now we have the portals that can be a little bit easier. Now, yes, I do lose a bit of spawn spaces here with the light level, but that's not too bad in the long run because we have so many spawn spaces. But yeah, so this can be used in a single module here, single crossroad, as well as a dual and like a triple here that I have, like an L shape. It's not the best to use it in an L shape because some mobs can get pushed across to the side over here, but it still works quite good. And yeah, you want to see this thing in action. And it does take a little bit to set up, so I'm not going to do that now. But there is a video showing this thing off. You can actually just turn the gas on at least for you to show you what they do. So what goes on here is we will then power the gas with the power rails. They will get sent off. As you can see here in a second. There you go. And now why we use the gas is because the hitbox is so big that we can push mobs with their hitbox into the portals here. And then we can send them to the overworld, get them out of the nether mob cap very quickly, which can get our rates really high. So yeah, turn that off real quick. And make sure before we leave, we make sure all the gas are stopped on the back power rails again, or else we could run some issues where they will be hard to get back into their place, which can be very difficult. Luckily, I haven't done that yet. I hope I don't, because this took a while to get all the gas in place. But yeah, so we head to the overworld, to this bedrock ceiling that we broke here, the 4x4 area here. Head to this portal up here, where we can see the overworld side, Kiln Chamber. So yeah, pop through here, we can go down. This is our collection, storage, and killing area. So what would happen here, as you can see, we already have some mobs here from the last time we were here. But yeah, what would happen is we would sit here, and we sit here, the drops in XP get pushed to us. And the only issue I have with this farm right now is the baby pigmen here, because we have to push the items off of the thing here to collect them. So why would we keep them in item form instead of collecting it by hopper minecarts or hoppers? Well, because of the swords from the pigmen, as well as the wither skeletons can stack, and well, they won't stack, and they do block up like that stream for quite a while, and they can pose some issues, which isn't good in the long run. So yeah, this is all designed by me, this side over here, as well as the other side was also designed by me, so that's my design. There will be a tutorial coming on that very soon. Well, not very soon, but it will come out sometime for the adjusting from, we can do the single module as well as adjusting from multiple modules as well. Well, yeah. So let's look at the redstone back here. So what we got going on here is we got a T-flip-flop as well as a clock, the observer clock. Very compact redstone. Try to keep it as compact as possible here, just because of the, I want to keep it like, challenge myself to keep the redstone compact here, which I think I did pretty good here. So you have a clock here as well as a T-flip-flop here, which I think works quite well. And we just take that signal from the clock here and then power the pistons here to push the items off the block here. With them goes into the water stream, goes up to the storage, and then gets sorted out, because we have blaze sorting here, or blaze rods sorting here, coal here, and then we have gold nuggets, because we also get that from the farm, gold ingots, wither skeleton skulls, as well as coal, or as bones. So we can store a lot of the things here. Bones are quite almost filled. Skulls, pretty good for not running the farm very much at all, and taking about like 12 stacks out of this thing already. You can see you have some extra heads here. Gold, it's not very good because I don't use it too much. Then we have some gold nuggets here from the pigmen. A lot of coal. That's mostly was gutted for super smelters, but yeah, a lot of blaze rods as well, which can be used as fuel as well. So we have a lot of fuel sources now. But yeah, we're turning it on, but it just takes such a long time to get started up and everything, because you need 2 players for this thing to work. So I need to put a player in the nether side. I would then need to turn the mob switch off, and without a piston bolt, it can take quite a while. And this water thing looks really weird with the shaders. But yeah. This is very close to the Hub perimeter. It's like a couple hundred blocks that way, and they're like very close together. This is coincidental, to be honest with you. This was this area was picked out first before the witch hut, so that this was very coincidental. But yeah, on to the next area. We have one other location we can go to. This is the wither skeleton banner that is just not rendering well with shaders. This is the witch perimeter banner, and that's the raid farm banner. We all have gone to all these things over here so far, besides the magma cube one that's also not rendering very well with shaders. So yeah, we're gonna go to this one real quick. This is just our Mesa for a future project that's not currently being worked on at all. This will definitely be a long ways down the line, but this will be where we'll have our quarry, when we have one in this world. So why we want a quarry? Well, quarries are good for like items where you can't really necessarily farm them, like terracotta. You can't really farm that very easily. It's all just you have to go out and break the blocks yourself. So we have a quarry that's going to get automatically for us, but that's also quite a ways down the line. It is not the easiest thing to build. But yeah, this just takes us to the Mesa right now, where we have a little bit of the area gutted out for some terracotta. You can see that this area that I cut out there for terracotta, for glazed terracotta, as well as terracotta for the piston bolt. Not too much over here, just the Mesa biome, so whenever I need some stuff, I can come to here. And then yeah, so the corner decoration here is a bit like the abandoned mine shaft that you would find in the Mesa, as well as all the gold and stuff. So yeah, gives you a general idea where you're going to go, even though the banner doesn't give you the idea in the first place. But you know, a little decoration can't hurt in the long run. So yeah, we have a couple more locations to go to. So we're going to go to the one that I am most, one I love the most so far, is our slime farm perimeter. Now this piston bolt by itself is over about 1,000 blocks long. So it will take about a minute to get there by the piston bolt, because the piston bolt is 20 blocks a second. And divided by 1,000, you get it relatively to a minute. But yeah, quite a ways away. Is something that I've spent the most time on as of right now, but definitely my next perimeter will take longer with the amount of stuff I'm doing in that perimeter. But yeah, this one is like my favorite one so far, because I've never done one of these in a perimeter before. I've done a Overworld perimeter before, so I know how that kind of works, but I've never done a slime farm perimeter with this many slime chunks in it. So yeah, we're heading to the drop off here. So we used to have a storage up here, but we have recently gutted that and moved it somewhere else. So yeah, I would turn the mob switch off for this, but it would require, it's also a 2-player, well, not really a 2-player farm where it just looks better when you can see the whole thing yourself. So yeah, let's head to the perimeter first with this portal here. So yeah, this is our slime farm perimeter here. Give a second to load in. And the walls are really, really cool. It's such a bright wall as well. And yeah, you can see we have 28 slime chunks here, all with portal-based slime farms. And then you can see our floor here as well. It's a relatively cool design. Was a pain to build, but it does look cool. We go to the map over here. You can see it on the map, which looks pretty cool. Gotta move this somewhere very soon to like frame it and stuff like that. But yeah, so our AFK spot is right here on that glass right there. But we don't have the farm on, so we can't. We could AFK there, but all we would get is the pigmen. So we did use about 100,000 obsidian here for all the farms, but definitely am quite happy with how this area turned out. So yeah, this was a pretty fun perimeter. Not only something I've never done before, but it also is very different in the collection area. So yeah, we're going to have to wait for the sun to go down, and we're going to go to bed, and we'll go to the other side and see the collection. Alright, so there's something up here, but we have this button here again, where we can pop down. And we have 2 layers here, or technically about 3 layers here. So here, we're going to ignore this for now. We're going to head down a little bit further. We currently had to get rid of our current entrance, but this is just an entrance for now. Because our entrance used to be from here, but we don't have that anymore. So yeah, here's our Kiln Chamber, and which is something I'm quite proud of, because I put a lot of decoration into this and time designing it as well. So yeah, in here we would have the slimes falling through. You can see that in the video where I showcase the farm in action. And yeah, so they fall down here onto these wither roses, and then they would the big guys die from the fall damage if they come through, and then the small ones get condensed quickly by the wither rose damage into the small ones, and then eventually die. And then we have our collection here, which get quickly unloaded by hopper minecarts in blocks that get loaded onto 4 hoppers each, which makes the collection very quickly. And then we split those 4 hoppers into 4 separate areas. So the front hoppers go into these double chests here. The back hoppers point this way, go over to these double chests over here. And we have 48 shulker loaders running at any given point in time that are filling up together. So yeah, each strip in the farm is responsible for 2 shulker loaders. Or actually 4 shulker loaders. No, each strip is responsible for 2 shulker loaders. And then, yeah, so this will fill up the shulker boxes with slime balls. Once they are filled, we break them with this slab up here. They get pushed over to the side here, where they get collected into a hopper stream. That goes over here, where that goes into this dropper evader over here, which sends our filled shulker boxes of slime balls all the way up. And now we can head to the area that we came into first. So now we can head to here. This is the area that I designed. So yeah. Well, I designed all the decoration and the storage down there, but some influence from other creators as well. But yeah, so right here, we take our filled shulker boxes of slime blocks, or slime balls from this elevator here. We transfer them over to 64 shulker unloaders that we have here. So this will pretty much give us a buffer, so that if we ever get enough, more than enough boxes filled, we can keep up with the amount of incoming boxes from the farm itself. So the farm itself produces over 375,000 items an hour, which is quite crazy to think about. So that's 375,000 slime balls an hour. But yeah, so here we take those slime balls from the shulkers. We transport it down to an AutoCrafter where we craft it into slime blocks. We then take those slime blocks, put it into a shulker box loader. And then with the shulker box that gets broken from here, we take that and then refill the shulker box loader so that we never run out of shulker boxes in this machine. So it's self-sustainable. And all you have to do is fill the first couple shulker boxes here to keep it filled for a little bit. And then, yeah, so we take those filled shulker boxes with this hopper stream here. We transport it up, and then we can head up here to our shulker box storage. So what we did here is we took the slime balls that we get from the farm. We then automatically craft them into slime blocks, and then fill it back up into a shulker box. So we would get output here, slime shulkers filled with slime blocks. Currently, I don't have any because I'm currently using most of these slime blocks for a project. But yeah, we would get an output right there of filled shulker boxes of slime blocks, which this whole machine basically just does auto crafting for us, which is crazy to think about. It was quite a machine to design and try to get it all compacted down to this area that we had here. But yeah, turned out in the end, this is like the most decoration I've ever done for a farm, but it is totally worth it, let me tell you. Putting decoration into your farms is so worth it in the end, because everything just looks so cool. And we do have some extra shulker boxes here that we can use if we ever need to. But yeah, heading back up, we open the trapdoor again, and then we close it behind us. And yeah, that's our slime farm perimeter. We have about a couple more locations to check out as of right now. But yeah, this is quite crazy for only 6 months with how much stuff we've done. That was our third perimeter that we did. We're going to head to our fourth and final perimeter that is close to being completed in a sense. So back across the 1,000 block piston bowl, we arrive back at the Nether Hub. And we just jump down into the hub. And this is our current project that we are working on as well. So we're going to ignore this for right now. And we're going to head to the perimeter. This is our perimeter that we're preparing for. This will be our 5th perimeter in this world once it is fully done, but it is not even close at this point in time. So yeah, we head over here. You can see the portal here that we're going to use in the end of the farm. You can see we have our 4x4 or a 3x4 area cleared out here for bedrock so we can chop through. Didn't want to go all the way down here. That was a mistake. So yeah, over here in this direction, we're going to head, and we're pretty much in the starting preparation for this perimeter. So we have just this giant area dug out for our tunnel bore that we're going to use to clear out the area that required. Why is this like that? So use this area to clear out the required area for the world eater that we need to build here. So yeah, that's still plenty of ways away, but I wanted to clear out the area so I at least have it, so we don't have to worry about that in the future. But yeah, so this is what I wanted to show. Based off the biome that we're in, we are going to be building a magma cube perimeter here, which, as some people say, why is that needed? It's not. It's just, I think it'd be cool to actually have one of those in the future. But that is still a little bit of ways away, probably about a couple months out. But that should be done for the full year world tour that we will have in about 6 months' time. So 26 episodes more, and it will be a full year of this world. So we're going to head to our last location here for the tour. And yeah, that'll be finishing off with our current one that's actually in progress as of right now. So yeah, this is going to be our Hogland Perimeter. This will be, well, it technically is our 4th perimeter that's completely done. It's all cleared out. we're just in the process of doing some more stuff that's not really required, but I'm going to do it just to go over the top with this because this will be my first time actually doing this. But yeah, people in my Discord voted to see this perimeter before the magma cube perimeter, so we're doing this one first. But I still wanted to have that magma cube area cleared out just in case when we do get to it, it's pretty much almost there. So yeah, arriving here, head down here. Just recently, one of the most recent areas that's cleared. This was basically done in about a week and a half. We had this full area, this full perimeter completely cleared and everything. It's all done. So yeah, this area is all in a nether crimson forest. So yeah, this will be used for a Hogland Farm. And yeah, we're gonna have a lot of decorations. So have to do the floor and the walls. But yeah, what we're currently working on in this perimeter right now is actually on top. So doing a lot of work here. So we're doing a little bit of bedrock breaking here. So this is what's taking the longest time and why I need 250,000 pistons is for this farm itself, or this project itself. So what we got to do here is we got to break basically 250,000 bedrock on top of the roof here. What this will do and why we're doing it is to lower the height. So how the game works is it spawns mobs from the bottom to the top. And if you have blocks up here, it'll still check the blocks here. And the highest block you have in the world will affect your height map of your farm, and it will thus lower the rates of your farm. So getting rid of this above your farm will give you the a lot faster of a farm in the end. So that's the reason why we're doing it. Here's a lot of pistons and everything. So far, pistons crafted, we have about 35,000 pistons. So yeah, this little area right here that you can see it's already cleared out is only 2.5 shulkers, and we need about 145 of those shulkers of pistons, and I only have 9 crafted as of right now. So it's a ways away, but it's going to be worth it in the end. So the only area we need to clear out all 5 layers is this 32 by 32 area marked out by these slime blocks. But we need to clear out from there to there on the first layer. And then it gets smaller and smaller every layer. The reason why we need to start out so far is so we have enough clearance for the machine itself to move down layers. So if we don't have the clearance, then we can't, move the machine down, and then we can't break the bedrock. Because the machine itself has to be in line with the bedrock you're breaking. So that's the main drawback to this machine, but it is still very easy to build. I say easy to build, but it's quite compact for what it does. So this breaks the bedrock automatically by the headless piston trick. So yeah, we will have to build this machine 5 more times to completely clear out all the bedrock we need to, but this is our current project and it is a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. And you can see just how far out we are. So we're about 700 blocks out. That's about 1,000 blocks, but yeah, it's a huge project nonetheless, but it's a current work in progress as well. So we just recently finished the perimeter, completely being cleared out. So now we're trying on the grindy aspect, the even more grindy aspect of clearing the bedrock. But yeah, it's gonna be worth it in the end. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the world tour. 6 months so far, going strong. Got a lot more stuff planned ahead. And yeah, hope you guys stay with me through all the AutoCraft episodes, and you enjoyed this world tour here. So yeah, if you want to have any farm, remind you, any farm that you saw here that you want to see either be built or see the original farm design, will be in the description down below. And yeah, if you want to join my Discord, you can join that, and we have some fun times in there. You can request some of the schematics that I use, like for certain farms I have that I can, if I have them, I can give it to you, And yeah, it's always all in a fun time in there. If you want to see some more grindy aspects and some YouTube spoilers, I do have a Twitch channel you can follow down in the description below there. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the world tour. I'm going to head back to work on this bedrock and crafting some more pistons because we still have about over 200,000 we need to craft. So yeah, let's get back to work there, and I'll see you in the next one.